Well, Nesties, hello, it's Ned from Florida Zone 10A, and today will be Sunday, June 1st, and we have officially kicked off two things, hurricane season and fertilizer ban. Stay tuned. Hey Nesties, well, what I really wanted to talk about is that starting June 1st through September 30th, Pinellas County here in Florida, Zone 10A. I don't know if it's everywhere, but I definitely know that it's here. So I didn't do the research to see if other counties are under a fertilizer ban. But we go under a very strict fertilizer ban here in Pinellas County, Florida. So Pinellas County has a fertilizer ordinance in place to protect local waterways from pollination, particularly during the summer rainy season, which today is June 1st, which kicks off hurricane season. And as you see in my video, we have already started with the storms. The first storm came through for our area because it's been trying to rain for the past couple of days, but we didn't get much of nothing. But this morning we really got a nice thunderstorm, so I'm excited about the God's juice that we were blessed with for our gardens. And plus, when I look around, the ponds are so dry and empty. But anyhow, we go under this what we call a fertilizer ban. They post it. I'll put the picture right here. They recording will be stopped. They post it right here, letting you know that fertilizer ban has begun, that from June 1st through September 30th, there is a strict ordinance for fertilizer. So anyhow, for the purpose of this, they want to protect the local waterways from pollution during the rainy seasons and runoff from all the fertilizers that we'll be using. So the ordinance prohibits the sale and use of fertilizers containing nitrogen and or phosphorus. And when I tell you, you cannot find anything here in Pinellas County to buy that has nitrogen or phosphorus. The shelves are wiped clean. There is none on the shelf that you can purchase. A couple years ago, I didn't understand what was going on because when I was a beginner gardener, I wanted some fertilizer. And I'm like, why can't I find any fertilizer? And then I was riding past the library and I'm like, oh, that's why. And so I'm like, okay, I'll be slick. I'll try to order through Amazon. I don't know how they do it, but your zip code is cut off. You cannot buy or purchase anything. And so during this period, the nutrients can wash into the surface waterways, potentially causing harmful algae blooms. Now, we have horrible red tide here. We are a tourist state. We are definitely a tourist county because we have that miles and miles of Gulf beaches over here. It goes from one end of this little bitty county to the other end, tourism, and they don't have time for red tide and algae bloom out there in that water while those folks trying to make their money out there on the beach. And sometimes we get played with it and it be a mess and it be stinking and the red tide be disgusting. And red tide is when the algae blooms explode, fish is dead. And so just imagine all that nonsense and all that stinkiness out there on miles and miles of beaches along the Gulf Coast here in Pinellas County. They ain't going for that. So it said here are some breakdowns, and I'm getting all this information from AI off Mr. Oogler. The fertilizer ban is in effect from June 1st to September 30th each year. Why the ban? The ban is in place to prevent fertilizer runoff from causing pollution to local waterways, including lakes, ponds, Tampa Bay, and the Gulf of Mexico. What's prohibited? The sale and use of lawn and landscape fertilizers containing nitrogen and or phosphorus are prohibited during this time. Exceptions. There are some exceptions. During the blackout period, compost and micronutrient fertilizers are allowed as needed. And I have my compost tea over here, you know, that the yellow bucket over there. If you can see it, where we go, right there in the corner. That is my compost tea that I do have, and I am going to use it. Okay. And then it says, during the summer, homeowners can consider using summer-safe lawn care products like iron-based fertilizers and opting for Florida-friendly natives. And I don't have a lot of Florida-friendly native flowers in my garden. I have, because most of them are butterfly, hosts for butterfly plants, and I have fake butterflies. I don't want real. I don't care for butterflies. That's another story for another day. Okay, that's also, we have exceptions, we have alternatives. I've told you why the ban, I told you what's prohibited, and best practices here in Pinellas County. Pinellas County recommends practices like cleaning up fertilizer spills immediately, keeping fertilizers out of the storm drains, and moving so that the and mowing so that the mower shoots spaces away from impervious surfaces or water. So they're really serious about that. I mean, this is a tourist state and definitely a tourist county. We're right here along the beach, so we want to keep the beaches clean. We want to keep them safe, and we want to keep that revenue coming into Florida as much as possible to keep people employed. And when I say people, I mean people, everybody who's employed in Pinellas County, and we have every shade of individual here in Pinellas County, from one end of the rainbow to the other. So if it's going to keep somebody employed and keep food on their table for their babies, I'm all for it. So that's what I wanted to share you guys. So did I purchase fertilizer before the ban? I certainly did. I got my crab meal because I need crab meal because we live here in Florida. As we live here in Florida, this has been recommended right here. This is Neptune Harvest crab. Crab meal, and it has a nutrient in here that helps combat the root knot nematode that we have here. So this is one of the things that has been recommended from other gardeners here in Florida, that every time you plant something down, put a scoop of this into the hole to help keep the nematodes under control, because the nutrient that's in here that grows in the crab meal is a nutrient that helps fights and attracts beneficial nematodes to help keep the root knot nematode under control. But even on this right here, it says do not apply near water, storm drains, drainage ditches, and heavy rain, if heavy rain is expected. If applying this product to your lawn or garden, sweep the product that lands in the driveway, sidewalks, or street back into the lawn, because it's rich in nitrogen. It's like 5. This would be considered a 5-3-1. So, but this is good. So this is and it ain't cheap either. I just mix it all together with my other, but this has become a staple in my garden. I think I paid from Amazon $54 for this, and I have to have this because this is the only thing that I think that keeps my garden growing. Plus I have to rotate because I have nematodes. I just can't put the same place everywhere. So this is something that I do buy. So when I say that I buy stuff, yes, but I have to be mindful, and I have to be a good steward of the earth and make sure how I fertilize my garden. And I don't plan on growing too much. What is out here is out here. All I'm really trying to grow right now are melons. So I keep dropping watermelons everywhere, trying to get a watermelon. Give me a sugar baby, sugar daddy, black diamond, Jubilee, Lisa's yellow meat. Give me something. So I'm gonna try to grow watermelons all year. Not all year, all summer. But anyhow, I just wanted to share that tidbit with you guys. Let me see if they are talking about anything else here. And I'm getting all this from Mr. Googler. And it says what the zip codes and what. You are not permitted to park. No, that's something about something else. None of it, that's about. So anyhow, Pinellas County people, if you live in Pinellas County, we are under ordinance. It has began June 1st through September 30th. Be mindful, be a good steward of the earth, and happy gardening. Thank you guys for coming into my home. Thank you for allowing me into your home. And I hope this wasn't too long, and I hope this was a little educational. Thank you to all my newbies, and please, please, please come again. All right, Nesties. Bye-bye.